When is it the point that you feel like you start seeing things turn around for you as you were becoming the best version of you?
When I was about finished with when I was about finished with um nail school.
It's a ministry within it. It's just the compassion for people all together. I'm a introverted extrovert.
Yeah.
I'm a very introverted person, but once I'm allowing people into my world, into my circle, I'm very extroverted. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Amazing Podcast. I am your host, DJ.
And I am the co-host
Coming back
Chi.
with you a second season, another episode on film, ready to bring it to you live in a living color.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Chi motto for season 2 said life be life, and that's
Life
exactly
be
what it is.
life and y'all.
It's
That's
life is
my
life.
word.
Now,
Life
when you
be
say
life.
life is life, and it in a good way and that's in a bad way.
Chase that however you
Have you
take it,
taken
honey.
whichever
Cause
way,
life just be life and honey.
whichever way comes first, whichever
Cause you don't know
whichever way the wind
you
blows,
don't know what's coming. So it just be life and all thing you gotta do is go with it,
go with the
child.
flow.
Go with the real flow.
Go with the flow, man.
Okay.
So, this week's episode, we are going to talk about becoming the best version of you.
Oh yes.
Where you can share your journey, and hopefully that it's a story or testimony that can inspire others to believe and achieve and set their mind to do whatever they want to do. And sometimes we're not always at our best version, but we have ways and strategize to become who we are and where we are mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually as well.
Basically.
Spiritually as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta try to become the best version of you because if you don't, I feel like you ain't gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna level up. You're not gonna, your mind expansion is not gonna exceed to the acceleration that it can. So if you just grasp on the life and just go ahead and take in what you need to put your own puzzle together, for you can figure out how you feel and how you want to do it, how you want to achieve in life. I feel like you need to work on bettering yourself. There's nothing wrong with living. There's nothing wrong with doing better. I mean, once you see that you can do better, you know better.
Right.
Once you know better, you do better. So at the same time, it's just like you have to sit back and think about things. Like I used to think about things sometimes. I ain't gonna tell you. I just used to just go out, just just go off, on simple things, you know what I'm saying? Not what's trying to understand, okay, the base of it, the root of it, or the cause of it. It was just like when it hit me, okay, let's get it. Word for word, toe for toe, fighting and arguing and stuff like that. It's just like once you start growing and you just know it's more out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like you have to get away from your surroundings just to
That's
see
true.
what's out there. And then it's like once you see what's out there, you're like, dang, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this,
Right.
I can do that. You start believing in yourself way more.
Right. Right. And I think as we grow into and becoming of age, I think we start to grow into our own understanding in our spirituality and our sense of self. What's our purpose? As a child, if we're supposed to groom ourselves and learn the way, the rights, the wrongs, and as we come into adolescents and teenagers, we kind of make mistakes, even in our early adulthood, that we make a lot of mistakes. And a lot of times people don't feel like it's not okay to make mistakes. It's not okay to have setbacks. It's not okay to.
It is okay. I mean, it's not okay to that point, but in the look,
it teaches the world teaches us that it's not okay.
It is okay to make a mistake,
right? It
because
is.
you're not perfect. So what you not being perfect, you can't expect to get perfect results.
Right.
Like you make a mistake. Like I made plenty of mistakes, and I have learned from it. It actually helped me grow. It actually helped me be a better woman than me, see a better version of me. It actually helps me press on. It actually reminds me of what I went through. Because I don't want to go back there.
Right.
It's just like I don't want to do that no more.
Right.
So when I go back and I think about how what I had to go through to get through that, I didn't even do that all over again. And I know it's way much harder now.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to want to do it. Like how you feel like you just, you feel like you have become a better version of yourself? I
really have. I have come a long ways mentally and mindset wise. My ever since I was little, I always wanted to have wisdom because I grew up around a lot of older people who had wisdom. Whether it was my grandmother, especially my mother, my granddad, they always had a lot of shared wisdom. And our grandparents were really spiritual people that was 7 days in church, and church in the living room, church at the
everybody be quiet for a whole hour.
right. And but that wasn't who I was because I wasn't in the church. You know what I mean? We went once a month. Once we moved to Georgia.
Every 2 weeks.
Every second Sunday. Second Sunday. Maybe another Sunday if you'll get somewhere else.
Maybe 2 nights out the week.
So, I think the spirituality has been embedded and come from your upbringing. And I think you take that roadmap and take it how you want to take it and roll from it. And I say this because, siblings can grow up in the same household, but don't mean they always go the same direct path. And you take different routes in life and you really become whatever journey and whatever God has set out for you is for you. And I just think that's how I end up becoming who I am because of the wisdom that I wanted, but I also prayed for it as well too, as I wanted to become wise.
I think we continue to grow wisdom too as we age, as we get older, just like the wisdom. We just continue to grow and just feed off of it and live off of it, and you have to just take it all in, and then stay there. I'm just like,
stay with it, stick with it, and becoming the best version of you that always means. Because if you start out strong and you already there, that's how can you find room to grow when you make mistakes. I've been in it. I mean, you find yourself in situations as you coming into your teens and 20s where you probably went at your best version. You always knew there was room for improvement. And a lot of times I just feel like sometimes you want to be there, but God says not right now. Especially when it comes to setbacks, heartbreaks, failures, repossessions, loss of job, loss of money. It could be loss of loved ones. It's just always something that when it sets you back, it gives you the drive to push harder forward.
Sometimes you go run like, fuck that job, I don't want to be here. But then, you know what I'm saying, when you get let go, it should hit you like, oh my God, what in the world? I need my job. I want my job. You know what I'm saying? Then you really realize, you people said all this stuff, like, you don't feel like that. You just be in the moment, like, fuck this job, so. But once they let you go, it hits you, be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. The first thing you go ask yourself is, what am I going to do?
Right.
That's one of the main questions a person asks themselves when they have a setback or whatever. What am I going to do?
What's my next step? What's going to be my next strategy? You don't have to sit in it, It's never meant for you to sit in it because just think about it. If you look at where you are now versus where you were then, yourself then never would imagine you being where you are now.
True.
A lot of times you got to be thankful for that to happen because just imagine that didn't happen. Where would you be at? You'd still be stuck in the same place?
Because I remember, like, when I was a manager at the Taco Bell, and I had started going to school for nails, but then, like, the manager, he was working with my schedule. Yeah, I was going to school, I was doing good. Then I was saying, he get his feelings and bam. He ain't working with my schedule no more. You schedule me with the time, the days that I have to go to school, and you already know what's going on. So with that, back then, it's like I had to choose, make money or go to school. Like, which one I'm gonna do? So back then, I just felt like, dang, I gotta let school go because I gotta make money to pay the bills.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, so that was like me having responsibility, but still at the same time, something that I really love doing, it set me back from doing it. And it took me like 10 years later to actually do it again and completing it. So that wasn't a setback that I wanted for my life because I was showing myself as a free spirit person, you know what I'm saying? But I have had a lot of setbacks. Some that was suspected, some was unexpected. But I had learned to build off of it, grow off of it, feed off of it, you know what I'm saying? So it helped me. I liked it. I loved it, my setbacks. Like, I love setbacks. I loved it. And I'm glad I could do it. Just tell them
I think it wasn't comfortable for me because you want to know why. You feel like sometimes you feel a lot of times you feel forsaken. You feel like you're doing something wrong, or maybe God is not pleased with something that you're doing.
My ancestors do something.
You know, you're trying to find the blame. What's the root cause of why am I going through this? Like, what's my lesson to this? Why I keep going through the same thing over and over when you're trying to find yourself in the
I'm just saying at this point I'm just saying thank you, but when it happens, it's like I ask myself why, you know, they didn't get things. I don't ask God why, but it's like I still want to ask her why. Like, is sometimes I used to think did a curse come through the family for me to, you know, all this stuff going on. It's just like so much stuff happening. It's just like I can't get ahead. Like I can't get up. I can't, you know what I'm saying, see a clear day or whatever. It's just like I started thinking like, you know, is it just me? Is I'm doing something wrong? Is my old family members got cursed on them? They cursed us? Like you just don't never know. I just didn't know. I just asked myself crazy questions.
Yeah. I think it was more spiritual because I already knew it had to be a spiritual journey that, you know, the source of the Most High God had you on to really want you to be where He needs you to be. And a lot of times it's not now because we want things when we want it. And sometimes it's not now, not right now, but maybe later. And a lot of times we don't want to wait. We want our prize now. We want to enjoy the fruits of labor and be able to enjoy what we want, what we feel that we deserve at that present moment.
Yeah.
When is it the point that you feel like you start seeing things turn around for you as you were becoming the best version of you?
When I was about finished with nail school, because a lot of times it was just like, you know, you see your parents work, you see people around just work. And then it's just like, it comes a daily routine, it comes things, just stuff that you used to. So it's just like, once I just started grinding, working through jobs, and then going to school full time, I just kept going. Like, I made through the day. I'm gonna make it through the day. I made it through the day. And I used to be so tired. But I knew it was a good reward in the end because it's just something that I really, really wanted.
Right.
And I feel like I really, really deserve to do that for myself. So that's when, like, towards going, like, every day to go to school, I used to be excited. I used to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually, I was just excited being there because I actually working on achieving something that I always wanted to do that I loved it. So it's like towards almost time for graduation and stuff. It's just like this big flare came up in me, just like I'm almost there. You know what I'm saying? And once I got there, I walked across the stage. It was just a feeling that I couldn't describe. Like I never had no feeling like that in a long.
Because you were cheated out of your graduation.
Yes, I was.
In your high school graduation. I think that was why such a milestone and big stone for you.
Yeah, because I didn't get to walk across the stage.
You graduated, but you didn't get a chance to walk with your class.
Yeah, and then it's just like they tried to put me in another class, but I was already, my stuff was already in it. And I was actually, a lot of people didn't know that, but I was actually over my credits. Like my 12th grade year, like I just showed up for 2 classes because I was way over the credits that I was supposed to have. So it was skip time. I said, you know, I leave the campus. By the time, you know, time to come back and leave, I leave. So it's just like silently, people just don't know. Like I actually smarter than I actually know, and they think I am because I mean I was way over my
Because you went straight K through 12.
Yeah.
Without being held back. Me either. I went straight K through 12. Yeah. Without being held back.
Even with all the stuff that I was battling.
Right.
Like with the 2 brain surgeries. You know, I had a brain surgery a year, then the next had another one, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but I still, even though I had to do homeschool for the first one, but guess what? I still passed. I even had to learn how to sew pillows at home. But you know, so one of my classes, I had to learn how to sew. And I had to learn how this kind of, you know, at home I had to do this. So I still passed, you know what I'm saying? I still got through it, you know. And I had got in some, you know, got in some trouble, whatever, with the bit in between life. You know what I'm saying? Mom shipped me out with you. And I just remember that day when you sitting there and you was like, Chantel, and I will always think about this. I always think about this. You sat me down and let me was like, I'm just gonna cut to you straight up. Like, what you gonna do? Because I don't see you working in a restaurant for the rest of your life. So what you gonna do with yourself? that's how when I just started looking and researching, and that really stuck with me because the look you gave me was like, this nigga serious. Like I know he ain't gonna play no games with
I'm
me.
gonna intervene on that because at this particular time in life, it was around about 2014, 2015, and I found myself in a situation. I was living in Atlanta, and I found myself in a situation where, I was working full time. I went to work every day. I mean, I was making pretty okay, decent money to survive and take care of myself. And like you say, when life sometimes, and sometimes when things come about, and it can take a turn just like that, because as I say, you never really mock people or what they're going through in life, because you just never know when it'll be your turn. And I never imagined myself being in a position like that, because I always been a compassionate, giving person. I always been a person that always lend my last dollar. Always type of person to lend a helping hand or give a ride. Just that person that had that humanitarian at heart. And I think at that particular time, God was taking me through a phase of my life where I had to really lean on Him, and Him tested my faith of my existence. Here I am living in the city with no family members. You know, I don't know about it. I just have a family, a created family that I created with my work family that I have. And I found myself homeless. And when I say homeless, I kept a shelter, but it wasn't like a home. And, up in the city, you have what they call lodges. So I found myself where, not because I wasn't paying my bills or something, I think something happened along the way. I can't remember what happened when I had a roommate. And a lot of times when you room with people who are not responsible, things come up where you don't agree. And a lot of times things happen when you have, I feel like if I was on my own, I probably would have had a better chance. But because when you're rooming with people, depending on the situation and how well you are getting along with your roommate, a lot of times that's how the situation came about. So I'm living in a lodge that I'm paying, and you had your situation down in South Georgia, and I'm in Atlanta in the city working, living my life. Still, okay, I'm taking care of myself because I'm self-sufficient like that. But it's like I'm bringing you into my world and trying to help you improve your world. But I'm not here. I only have my own stuff together 100%. And it's kind of like, dang, and back then, if you had your name on the apartment, which my name was on the apartment, and my roommate, by them screwing it up, once you get that eviction, then it's hard to get an apartment anywhere else in Atlanta. And they look at your record to see one eviction, and it's kind of like, now you got to force yourself. Now I got to find shelter, because and then it's kind of like, I'm bringing my little sister into my world. I really don't have that room, and I really want you to succeed because I know what you're going through down here. And my mom is just telling me that, please, bring her. Say I don't need her down here. She need to move up there with you where she can see a better light, a better way of life, because there's nothing down here but losers and people that's not gonna mean her no good. So she need to be around some inspiration. Need to be around somebody that's gonna push her and motivate her. And when I accepted, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air, because for one, I got a family member coming up here with me where I feel like I have a family now. And then the two is kind of like we kind of benefiting off each other a little bit, in a sense of way.
Yeah, and it really was. It wasn't even know. And I agree with you on that. When you say benefiting off each other, and it's not even no.
Not the place where we using each other.
You know what I'm saying? Not in no bad way.
God put that together.
God did that for us because I feel like I
used to feel very lonely a lot of times because I used to always have to drive out of town to come see my family and just to spend time with them. And it's like everybody else get to go around the corner across town to go 20 minutes, to downtown or to the south side, to the west side to go spend their family. Here I got to spend 2.5 hours on the road just to go spend time with my family. And before you know it, it's time to get back up and go back to work and head back to the city. And it's kind of like I used to cry in my car coming home because I missed out on so much with my family, being away from there, but I knew that's the career and that's what I wanted for myself, and that's what I had to do.
And it's like back to what I said, it was like we would benefit off each other. It's like we benefit off of like I was not in no bad way. Like I was benefit off a lot of knowledge off of you, a lot of things to see more clearly. Like like I said, like I used to pop off, but then on top of that, the way like you talk with me, Chantel. It's not like you tell me you can't look at things like that. You have to listen. Just listen.
We bump heads a lot.
We bump heads a lot. But then it just like, and I feel like God helped place me there with you because I remember we had a conversation and when we moved to apartment stuff and you had looked at me and you was like, "So I just want to tell you I love you and I thank you," because you said that I really had started to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm used
That's
to.
why I had a routine,
You had a
kind of like
routine. It's just like little sis came, like you don't pull the part of me out, then I don't pull the part of you, and like bam, we had an apartment.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Roommated. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like when you thought that you probably could never get, probably like dang, it's gonna be hard to get an apartment, but we did.
Yeah,
And it wasn't much apartment, but we made it work.
you made it work. Yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? And then we moved up. So it's just like, and then now you actually look like, bro, you went from, and it's like, I'm proud of you. Like, honestly, from that deep down my heart, I'm like really proud of you because it's just like, as you was talking about it, it really just had me think about it. Like, you went from large until you got, Mama said, paid off house. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's just like, look where you
yeah.
came from
Right.
to look to where you at
The
now.
better version of me.
The better version of
Yeah,
you. So
yeah.
that you always want. And then that like a family house, like, cause you more the one and the more family oriented out of all of us. We all family oriented, but you just like
I always wanted to be the uncle that wanted to throw the cookouts and have family function, family dinners and stuff in the house. Everybody to spend the night because I got my mom's spirit at heart. So it's kind of like.
That's what I'm saying. So you have a couple of virtue, and even now as you being the boss that you are,
Yeah.
it's like when I remember the old boss that when we was up there, it's like you was learning a lot, you was grasping a lot, you took on a lot of stuff that you didn't have to take on, but you still went over and beyond.
Yeah.
And it's just like now, you know what I'm saying, you doing numbers, making stores, million dollar stores and stuff like that, just like you got it in you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You been had in you, you can't invest, you have grasped everything that you have went through. And I think you just put it all about and you made it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you can't even go in no place and try to apply for a regular job because they already see boss management in you.
The potential there. And I remember when you first moved to Atlanta and I sat in that same lodge that you came up there to live with me with. Yep. And you didn't have a job at the time, but you was in the process of getting one. And I sat you down and I said, what is it that you want to do? Because up here is not a game, and you see my example right now, but I'm not doing bad for myself, but I'm still taking care of myself. But what is it that you got to do? Because you got to have a game plan coming up here because the lights, the big city, the party's going to be there. But how are you going to be self-sufficient and what you're going to do? And you gave me a plan and you stuck to it. Yeah. And, even though you had to sacrifice a few things here and there, and then plenty of times you working 2 or 3 jobs and still going to school. So you really proved yourself that that you were trying to create a better version of yourself. And that's why you're sitting here where you are now because of that.
When you came to me and you had said that, you just like, I ain't gonna tell you a lie, like, bruh, some of the reason why I was on there, because I'm saying I got so used to hustling, like, quit my hustling. No prostitutes, just no body parts, nothing like that.
Right.
I'm talking about really hustling. Like nobody know what I was doing.
Right.
I let my mama know what I was doing.
Right.
My brother didn't know what I was doing, but nobody know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I got so quick used to $1,000 2 days. This drama and drop. So it's just like when I'm something like that, and you set me down, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta really, really, really work now. And then it's like when you was talking to me and told me it ain't no game, I seen in your face it ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I know I'm had to have my shit together, like for real, to make it up here.
Yeah, got to.
My own because you can't. You know what I'm saying? We always see ourselves anyway, not trying to stay with a person or family member forever. We just like that.
Right.
It's just like, but we gonna lean on each other. We know we need each other, we lean on each other, but at the end of the day, we gonna have to eventually, separate.
Right.
Have our own.
Building our foundation.
Yeah, like have our own, so I had to come up. So it's just like when I used to see you get up where I never forget that. Just like I remember, man, it was like 2 weeks straight. I know, I will never forget. My brother like hugging me like. Jump up 6 o'clock in the morning, go to work, come home late, jump right back up. Like I think you had like one day out. It was something going on with the stores where they was having a bid, people come so, and you had to, you was really just trying to stay on top of things. I'm like, bro, you like tired, just like you like, but I gotta stay on top of things. Like I'm like, dang, he ain't gonna get. By the time I wake up, you be gone. I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you be gone. 6 o'clock in the morning, gone to stuff. And I'm just like, what in the world? Like the grind don't stop, the hustles don't quit. You know what I'm saying? Just like what? And I'm just like, shoot, I know I can do it. I know I can do. I used to be tired too.
Yes, yeah.
It was like what time we barely even see each other. We stayed in the same spot.
Yeah, we barely. It's coming and going and passing, and it's like you working smart and working hard at the same time. And it's like the words say, hustle means hard work, and you got to put it in. You got to put in the footprint and lay the blueprint.
You do,
and,
you really do. And it's just like, excuse me, I'm gonna cut you up, but I'm just saying, it's just like you had to look into yourself and really just see, how can I be a better version of myself? Like, what are the steps that I need to be a better version of myself?
Right.
How can, when can, you know what I'm saying? And what will make me a better version of myself?
And know when you arrive. I think to a point when you're trying to create a better version of yourself, there's never a stopping point when you feel like you already arrived, because it's always a little inch, a little further that you can go, just to push yourself a little further, a little harder, a little further, a little harder. And if you're doing it for yourself, it's more fulfilling.
Well, yeah, but I remember one time my body was just straight so up and down, Waffle House, Taco Bell, wings, school, Waffle House. I remember, boy, my feet used to be hurting, and my body just felt so sore because I'm so tense, coming, steady going. You know what I'm saying? Steady going. You know, Waffle House, you just do not quit. And when I work at Taco Bell, the store we was at, AJ's, they get hit like 3 times hardcore. We right there off the man, and you have to move quick. Then when I learned my speed, when I started really working at that Taco Bell, cause you had to keep up with Darius and all them on that line. And I got to a place where I could work a whole line by myself. And you get everybody, they train to the place where we could just work a whole line, make orders by ourselves, but it just like it pulls things out of you that you thought that you had.
I think I owed it to myself. That's the reason why I had the spirit that I have, because I always felt like I owed it to myself as a reward to myself. And I also feel like the homage I had to pay to my mama, because she worked so hard through her life to make sure that we was well fed and taken care of all by herself as a single parent who really growing into herself and figuring her life out as well. And our mother didn't have it all, you know what I'm saying? Our mother worked in nursing homes, she worked in dry cleaning, she worked in custodial services, and those are some of the lower end jobs nobody wants to take. And working in, whether you're working in housekeeping in a nursing home, or you're working as a dietitian, or if you're working in laundry cleaning, when you're cleaning people's dirty clothes and stuff like that, to make sure you're providing a meal for your family. That's the motivation for me to say, I can't let my mama down, because she has worked so hard for me to be where I am, and I owe this to her, because it'll be disappointing and so heartbreaking to even do the opposite of anything that I'm witnessing this woman doing. This one woman do this on her own and raise us as she, as the best of her ability. And it's not easy raising a man child, especially as a man. I can't speak for as a woman, because she can influence you in womanhood. But when a woman raising a man, a woman can't teach you how to be a man. She can teach you how to be a gentleman, but she can't teach you how to be a man. And I didn't have that influence in my life growing up of manhood, of what it's meant to be a man. You know what I mean? But I can only, I hate to say it, but I really never had positive male influential roles in my life. Either they was on drugs or alcohol. I had distant, uncles and cousins and stuff like that, but they weren't in my life every day to show me the ropes and take me by my hand. I had to really figure a lot of this stuff out on my own. And me being the oldest, is kind of like I had to figure it out on my own. And I didn't have it the easy way at all. And as I got into a teenager and was able to get my own job, I had start looking to other people in their roles and see how they're doing, and influence me to be where I am today, because it's just like they didn't work hard. They worked hard, but they hustled hard. But at the same time, they hit a lot of nice things in their life that paid off to show that this is what their profession that they're doing. And I always kind of wanted to be, once I saw that, I said, I want to run a business one day. I've been wanting to run a business since I was a teenager. because running a business looked like it was fun. It's just, I hated math, but I wanted to run a business. And I think over the years, I have done that over the years.
Yeah.
And I think I really enjoy what I do now. It's not only just the business part, but it's a ministry to so many people that I have met along the way in my career in the past 20 something years that I've been doing this in management, whether it's in retail or fast food, quick service, or whatever you want to call it. I have met so many people and have not only influenced me, but I have hoped that I have put that influential in their role as well.
But I know you have, because I know when you was at Butner, you just really influenced a lot of people that you hired. Like, I know it was this one couple, I remember they was a couple, but they were your hard hitters, and they went the longest yard for you because you led them. You wasn't a boss to them. That's one thing people have to really understand. Like, my bro, this guy, Mr. Dale, like, I don't even like calling him, but
Please don't call me that.
well, my bro, like, you is a real leader. I mean, you a boss, but you a leader, because I have even worked for you. It's not the point of you have your boss, you have your leaders. The boss is just do this, do this, do this. You went to your employees, and you still do this to this day. Yeah, you would tell them what to do, but at the same time, you would ask them why, why you doing this.
Right.
And you help us understand the root of why we doing this. It's because this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just a lot of even some, and I know I remember you was telling me, like, some of your old employees reached back out, you were just telling you thank you, because you have really touched a lot of young people's lives, and you are still doing it just because you give them chances. Like, even now, people that done got fired for 4, 5 jobs, and you tell some of these stories, like, you still give them a chance, and even though they give you red flag 1, red flag 2, you still let them continue to hang themselves because you don't do it. You are not one of them person that be like, oh, no, they got to go, so. You'll be like, okay, they got about one, 2 more times, and then see, you get to your wits end. At the end of the day, it takes a lot for you to get to your wits end. Though that's how I know if they take you there, they did a whole lot, because
Right.
it don't take a lot for you. It's like it takes
Right.
a whole lot with you. And it's like you have touched so many young people's lives that have worked for you. You know what I'm saying? You have motivated them to go on. Like I said, that your couple you had working for you, they done went on the college and everything. And I remember you said, when I'm gonna hit you up and tell you thank you. And I know that type of stuff encourage you to, keep pressing on to help change it. And I think that's one thing the Most High have put you on this earth to do, is to help others become who they, help them figure out who become who they gonna be. You help them stay strong. You like guide them. It's like you're like a uncle father. You guide people. Like you help them understand of why, when, why. And the whole thing. Just like you think you just doing this chart just to be writing on the reason why you doing this chart is because you got to know the temperatures, because the temperatures, you get deep with it, because the temperatures is danger zone for people to eat. It's like you like, oh dang, I didn't know that. So
it's a ministry within it. It's just the capacity for people all together. I'm a introverted extrovert.
Yeah.
I'm a very introverted person, but once I'm allowing people into my world, into my circle, I'm very extroverted. And I think for me, it's just such a rewarding thing for me, because it's not about, I always tell you, I don't care about the title. I don't care about the money, because I could be in a leadership role and still try to put forth my very best, even when I'm not at my best. And I also can be in a supportive role and still support whoever is over me. I never try to have to step on any toes or sabotage or try to make people look bad or be a snitch or, do, dirty snake, slow down things to try to get ahead, because that's not always been my stilo.
They show have tried to do it to you, but and I used to be like, you say me, I'd be like, wait a minute, then you be like, sir, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Because I'm protected, because I know I'm protected, always being protected by a higher source. I'm telling you, this is my testimony, and this is real, because I always feel like I always being protected by a higher source, and I feel like if anything was to happen, it had to happen for a reason, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. And it's kind of like if it did happen for the bad, God is preparing me to move on to something better. I'm not going to look at the downside. I'm not going to let it set me back. And me growing up, I grew up as a quiet person. I was very timid. I was very shy as a person. And as I becoming a better version of me, I'm more outspoken. I'm more assertive. I'm more of a person like, I'm gonna get with you if I got to get with you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, I was a person who avoided confrontation. I didn't like confrontation, but I knew how to defend myself at the same time. But going back to the people that God had put into my path to be able to not only saying for a title or for just to say I did this, I did that. It's just for me because it's nothing more fulfilling when I see people like you who being on interviews in your past when you were trying to look for a job and the doors would get closed in your face because people just didn't want to give you that chance because people would misjudge you or make a perception. I mean, if that job wasn't for you, it probably wasn't for you. And it's like I said, it's for the reason. But to sit at the table with a person and you hear their story, not because I'm hiring for a skill and I'm hiring for because I wanted to be able to bring value to the company that I'm working for, because if I hire the wrong person, I'm spending more time trying to correct their behavior versus their performance. And that's kind of productive for me. But if I see something in this person, I say, okay, I see potential. I see that you're really trying to, I'm not looking for you to spend the rest of your life here in this career, but this is going to help you get your family out that hotel room. If this is going to help you be able to provide you to get your car where you can take your daughter to school, I'm more than willing to help if you're willing to meet me halfway and do what this job requires. And the way they face light up when they get the job, it's just kind of like, it's just so rewarding because it's an opportunity to change your life. Because I've been in situations where the smallest job, I don't care if it was part-time, that little bit of money would help me start to a level where I can continue to build and elevate, where I can start from the bottom up and find my way in a situation like where I am now. Because I haven't always had it all. I haven't always had it all together. I haven't always been the best version of me.
You give people opportunities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You give people opportunities, you give people hope. You give people, you know what I'm saying? You even make people feel loved. I know it's a lot of times you don't give away certificates, trophies, everything. And you make them kids feel special. Cause some of the kids, I know they go home, what you doing? Beep, 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 beep. Then they get to work. And you make them feel wanted. You make them feel loved.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I never wanted to be a role model. I just always want to be a good leader in everything I do. I never want to be anybody's role model because I fall short. I make mistakes too. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I just want to be the best version of me, whoever I can give. And a lot of times I find myself pouring to people when I didn't even have my cup was half empty, but I spent my time pouring to people trying to make their cup full. And that's really we all have been there before, especially when we're doing it from the heart, and especially you know that you're doing it for the right reasons. Because I'm telling you, I have worked under some horrible leaders. I have worked for some horrible bosses. I have been around some crappy people where they just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you live day to day with a conscience like that, not wanting anything better for yourself? It's just like you always want to, you thrive in chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
And that just ain't never been me.
You just want to sit back, humbly watch, you take it in. And that's how you do. I just take stuff in. Now I'm like, I know I'm a better version because now I sit and I think first. I'm still, I'm still working on it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I've always been a master procrastinator. That was my biggest. Yeah. I've always been a procrastinator. Yes. That always been my biggest thing, my biggest flex for me, just being procrastinating. Not thinking that I have no time, but just wanted to do it, but just probably know how to get it started. So that's always been me.
Scared cat. Okay. Me, honey, go get it, honey. I'm swim or drown or swim. Which one I'm gonna do, honey? I know I don't want to drown, so I'm gonna be scriggly arms to swim.
Right.
So, I'm more of the risk taker, and you are not the risk taker.
I'm not a risk taker.
Not the risk taker. I was the
only when the time is right, when I feel like the moment is right, but I'm not a risk taker.
I was the risk taker. I was the risk taker.
I want a blueprint. I want to map that. I want to see from point A to point B. C. I need a plan.
You need a period. I need a comma at the top. Child, it's right. It's gonna be over with for you.
I may trip, but I never fall.
But
know.
Like me, no vape. I don't feel a couple times.
Right, but y'all don't feel face. And that just comes to, are you a supporting cast in your life? Are you really supporting the people that's around you? Are you a supporting person in your life when it comes to people? And I think the ministry that you have, and I think the profession that we're in is a ministry for all of us, for the both of us, the dealing with women who are single mothers, who are, you have situationships, who have hobo-ships, like we talked about on the podcast, who are just in a situation they don't know what to do with their stuff, or women who have really forgotten who they are and forgotten their worth. And I think when they put their hands on the table and they spend their lives to beautify themselves, to make feel worthy, it makes them feel whole again.
Yeah, and it feels good though. It really, really feels good when you can actually, you'll never be able to feel that space of emptiness that you have in the heart. But it's like you put a little catch in there, you put a little cotton in there to fill up a little bit of space. It actually helps out a whole lot.
You just never know, and I think that's why it's not blessed, because we're not blessed with $1 million, a big house on the hill, or a big car. But I think that's how God keep us really floated, because the people I interact with, my employees every day, you just never know what they go through at home, how they're dealing with things at home, and when they come to work, they sometimes be the only place of peace. And my goal is to create that environment where they can feel like it's a family, where they can feel like they can be themselves, and they can feel like they can put themselves vulnerable enough to say, I feel safe in this space right here.
Yeah, I love that, talking to the people. I love talking to people, and the one thing about me, like, I'm not the type to, never the type to just go back and say, oh, she said this and she said I don't do that. And I don't do that, you know what I'm saying? I don't have clients that actually, say they like each other in the same room, but it's like I killed the peace. It's just like, then it's like, that's how I know they trusted me, because they still came back. I was
just gonna say.
They still came back. They didn't be like, oh, she had such shit and I ain't like her, so I ain't go about her. It wasn't that, because I already showed them that you can trust me with anything that you taught me about. I have been told a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of secrets. And guess what? And now one of them ever came back and said, I heard you say this, or you said this. I heard what I told you, got out. Now one, all these years I've been in this game. Now one came back and said that they heard me say anything, and then lets them know they can always come at me, because I'm not a messy person.
Right. Yeah.
We have messy people, and I'm just not a messy person. When you come in my face and you have trusted to let your words out and talk to me about it, that means it's supposed to stay to me, because if somebody else supposed to know about you, it wouldn't have told them.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
That is so true.
So it's just like, they know that they can trust me.
I think they can sense their spirit on you, and that sense of peace, and they got comfortable enough to come talk to you, or to come cry to you, or to tell you their story, what they're going through. It got to be something about you in your aura that makes them feel comfortable enough to come cry on your shoulder, because they know that they see everything.
I have people call me, y'all understand. It's more than you're more than a servicer. You're more than a nail tech. You're more than a boss. You have become a friend. You have become a sister to someone. You have become a lot of things to that person, to the point where I have got phone calls 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Guess what? I answer my phone every time. And it's like, because you never know what a person's mental space is. Like, man, I have to say this. I remember when we had shot in Mapleton. And I was sitting in there waiting for a service to come through. And this white girl, she walked in. And I was like, hey, how you doing? How may I help you? And I just know to this day that the Most High saw her in there. Because the way she started asking questions, like, I want to know about male sex and stuff. And she was like, and I told her, and she wasn't going to tell about how I could tell how she moved. Like, she like, well, I just come like I said, you want Chanel then, what you trying to do with her? And I talked to her, and I just felt something on her. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like the Most High just really talk to her. Because I just remember I'm doing her nails, and she just started talking. And I didn't say anything. I just listened. And then, when she started getting towards the end, I put my little, what I think, like my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really just encouraged her, said to keep pressing on, to keep going. And when I tell you, that girl gave me the biggest hug, and the way she exhaled and the way she held me, it's just like I felt something. I really feel like, because the stuff that she's talking to me about, I know, I can't say I feel, I know I probably saved that girl life.
Right. Oh yeah. You just never know.
Yes.
You just never know.
So it's just like, yeah, ask my phone 2, 3 o'clock. You need to talk to somebody. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs somebody to talk to.
Yeah, they really do. I tell you, I mean, in life, everybody is
Life
in
is
this
life.
in this rat race, kind of, so to speak,
Mhm.
because they think that the role model is to grow up, finish school, go to college, get a degree, get a big earning job, have this house on the hill with the picket fence, and everybody's
the kids, and the dog,
with the kids and the dog and the cat, and vacation and across these, 10 times a year. And I, as you grow into age, and I feel like whatever God has for you is for you, and it don't take a whole lot to be happy in this life. If you really take to be content, because the rule number one is don't be in competition with nobody.
Ooh, please
don't be in competition with anybody.
Because you don't even know what they did to get there.
What they get there, and you'll be surprised some of the things. Some of the most wealthiest people on earth have not got there the honest way. A lot of people who live in, I see people who have 6-figure income jobs. And I know people who have 6-figure income jobs who literally hate their life because they got the time. They don't have the time. No, yeah, they don't have the time, but they have the money. They have the money, but don't have the time for anything, for their families, anything, because they're constantly at work.
They didn't even just the rich people. They're the people that work at the chicken plants. Tyson. I used to work at Tyson. I used to make the money, back then, Tyson make the money. But guess what? I was so tired, I couldn't go spend it, because by the time I get up, it's time to go to work. By the time I'm off, get what? I'm not off there. I want to do lay down and sleep. So it's just like, when you is making the money, rich or not, you don't really have time to spend, because you so on the go of making that money.
Because you paper chasing, that's right. And then if you're going to paper chase, you got to stop to count it sometimes and still run out there again. There's nothing wrong with stopping smelling the roses and counting them. That's what I'm saying on that. My point is, I'm trying to get to that is, whatever fulfills your life and whatever works for you and whatever God have laid out in your roadmap to your success, your contentment of your agreement with you and God has, it doesn't take a whole lot for you to be successful in life. People have different definitions of success. People think success means money and all this stuff, materialistic stuff. But sometimes success is within their heart, what's coming from you. What do you have to give? What have you contributed into society, into other people? And we were just talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Like, everybody has a start date. Everybody has an expiration date. And it's that dash, this is between, that really holds the value. Because nobody remembers when you were born. That's only short-lived. Everybody remember when you pass. That's going to only be a memories. But what you did in between that dash is what really counts.
Yeah.
And how it fulfills you as a person.
Yeah, and people are going to remember stuff that's in that dash.
Yeah.
For real.
So that just comes, you have to either be living or existing. And a lot of people say, I'm just existing. I'm just taking it day by day. Yes, I don't want to exist. I want to live.
I want to live too. That's what guess what? And I already put it myself. I want to live. I'm not if just exist because I want
to live responsibly.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
Live responsibly.
But I want to live responsibly. I don't want to just exist, because you just existed. That's what it is. Just day in, day out, day in, day out. You can't remember nothing you did.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even enjoy yourself, because you just existed just to get to the next day.
Right.
Just to see what it's gonna bring. So shoot, why not live? I mean, then just wait for the next day to see what it's gonna bring. I mean, it's something that I want to do. I'm gonna do it. And if I can't do it, then I'm a worker to do it.
Right.
Like, why not? Like, life is real short now.
Yes, it is.
People are leaving, like, living right, like, for real.
Life is short, but life is but a dream, and life is what you make of it too. You get to choose. God is the narrator. You just have to follow His path, because what's for you is for you. Whatever God has in your path, you just have to follow that blueprint.
I've been asked myself too, like, that was asked it for the first time. I'm living existing. I really sat there and planned about that thing. Then when I started making little bit of changes, like doing stuff. I do stuff on a Tuesday, Monday, on Wednesday. It don't have to be like the way I live. Like I don't want to wait till Friday. I don't want to wait till Saturday and do something. Like if I could do it and I had the time to do it and I feel like doing it, I'ma do it. I jump to go. Like if I really had the time and the money to do it, if I want to go this on the Wednesday, I go. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, who stop you? What's wrong with it? Like, is there a problem of doing it? You know, that I was like, bro, I'm so glad you started taking boat trips. It's having more time to
making more time for me. Yeah,
because
I had to.
For real, like you were kind of straight workaholic.
Yeah,
like bro, what you doing? Like I'm being sleep.
And I can confess that.
Let's go.
I can confess that me working so much it was a distraction for me to have to keep from dealing with the things I had going in my outside life. Outside life, it was a distraction from me having to cope with depression. It was a distraction for me to have to cope with dating, not wanting to date. It's a lot of things that I use work to cover up a lot of the stuff, and I did that for a long time because I was being a functioning depressing person. I was depressed, but I was functioning, and I was very depressed throughout life, and especially when my mom passed away. I really became a functionally depressed person because I had to keep doing things to keep going, to keep me from have my mental keep it going. Or somebody would want to date. I'm like, oh, I work all the time. I don't have time to date because I work a lot. Because I wasn't ready mentally to take that next step. That was my excuse to cop out of not having to deal with that at that moment.
Oh wow. So I think at this point, I think I am living. I don't think I'm just existing. Yeah. I try to do something different every day, not with same routine. Like if I am gonna do same routine, within that routine, something gonna switch up. Proper routine of going home, just watching TV. Oh no, tonight I'm sitting outside.
Yeah.
And feel the breeze. I'm going fishing, or let me up and take my dogs out.
Something different, yeah.
I'm for to walk to the mailbox. Just something
different. Whether it's reading a book, or if you just want to do a 15-minute workout, or spend another 30 minutes meditating, or pick up the phone and call a family member that that you can have that connection with. It's just all about self-fulfillment and to see what you can do to keep your soul happy and keep on happy.
I think a lot of people have is just existing because we have got so used to working, not realizing you tell your body that you're working to make the next man
keep up with
then you really make
the lifestyle
the next man reach.
And I don't think that'd be the focus on trying to make somebody rich. I think that you just got to keep up with life because, like I said, if you don't pay your rent,
like make them rich. But I'm just saying, like at the same time, you working and you grinding for these people, but you can't even take a weekend or one day out for you to relax and regroup yourself, regroup your mind. But you have to regroup your mind to get like their numbers right on any book. You know what I'm saying? And you have to try to keep your mental state together to, make sure that the part that you're doing in their business is running right.
Right.
but at the end of the day, you still do what you got to do. Oh God. But anyway.
We want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Amazing Podcast. Please follow us on all social media platforms.
I'm your host, Chichi.
And I'm your host, DJ. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. And once again, stay amazing. Peace. All right.